This is The Download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news of the business of podcasting. Brought to you by Spreaker from iHeart. I'm Tom Webster. Here's what you need to know for today, Monday, October 23rd. AdExchanger reports Netflix's answer to subscriber churn is fewer ads. Back in January, Alyssa Boyle tested ad-enabled Netflix with a brand new account. At the time, she received an average of 4 minutes of ads per hour of content. 9 months later, that same account, which had been getting a consistent email campaign to entice lapsed users back to Netflix, has been reactivated. Now, Boyle reports an average of 15 to 30 seconds of ads per hour of content after watching several hours of content spread across 30-minute animation, an hour-long docuseries, and a 45-minute episode of Netflix's Is It Cake? In some cases, less is more with advertising. Warner Brothers Discovery makes a point of limiting how much ad space is available on currently running exclusive shows to make what little ad space is available all the more valuable. Sometimes fewer ads creates a better product, which attracts more subscribers, more listeners, generating more revenue in the long run. The 25-year-old media planner and the screenshot industrial complex, and this is from Brian Morrissey. At a recent gathering of both ad buying and publishing executives, Morrissey found one of the hot topics was the problem of keyword block lists keeping advertising off of news, which then, of course, creates a worrying incentive for publishers to avoid covering social issues that might be on such lists. Blame is levied at the mythical 25-year-old media planner trope, an employee who checks a keyword filter box in a demand-side platform dashboard for safety's sake because they're terrified of the infamous screenshot, an image of the company's ad running on a particularly rough news article. Morrissey challenges the idea that ads run on brand unsafe news content genuinely cause offended screenshots in any significant quantity. He instead proposes most examples of the screenshot are generated by companies who actively trawl the internet looking for ads displayed in weird places and not legitimately offended readers. And of course, this is corroborated from Sounds Profitable's study from the fourth quarter of last year, Safe and Sound. The Media Leader reports how major podcast players are moving beyond audio formats. A recap of the IAB UK podcast upfronts that took place in London last Thursday in the Media Leader reports the future of video podcasting and YouTube's presence in the industry was a big talking point, as well as both podcasts being adapted into video formats and podcasting as a supplementary medium in the form of watch-along and companion shows. Podcasting's authenticity and capability for reaching younger audiences with material normally presumed to be for older audiences, such as evening news content, also came up as recurring themes. It's worth noting the diversity and amount of topics discussed can be attributed to the fact that, unlike its U.S. counterpart, the UK podcast upfront tickets did not cost extra and were not limited solely to brands and advertisers. With more accessibility, more producers and talent can join these conversations. And in AdExchanger, CTV ad targeting is getting more advanced, but data quality is not. As covered last week, a recent study by data validation company TruthSet found nearly half of the data used for connected TV ad targeting is wrong, based on matches data brokers made between hash emails and postal addresses. Despite CTV's capabilities of advanced targeting, the sheer amount of data required to target more specific than general demographics is difficult to manage. Several industry members propose the path forward is companies working together to compare and contrast first-party data and build healthier data pools for more advanced targeting capabilities. In comparison, podcasting working only with IP data means we're consistently using the lowest common denominator of data. And for the rest of the news, HotPod covers several reactions to YouTube's RSS ingestion solution banning announcer-read ads. Inside Radio covers the newest research from Sounds Profitable and Signal Hill Insights. And The Drum covers a panel from Advertising Week in which industry leaders discuss fighting ad fraud, transparency, and AI. And before we go, loyal download listeners, and I hope that's you, might remember a few weeks ago, we covered the announcement of Good Tape, a new print industry magazine featuring journalism and cultural criticism of podcasting. The first issue of Good Tape is now available for order, and readers of the download can get 10% off with the promo code SP10. Be sure to check out the links to every article mentioned right in your podcast listening app or at soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version. The download is written and produced by Brian Barletta, Gavin Gaddis, and me. This episode is hosted on Art19. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Tom Webster. Download us again tomorrow.